All right, we are here today with Tim Scheer, owner of Gateway Drum Smokers, Blues Hog, and an ambassador for Chairman's Reserve. And I'm Emily Detwiler, the CEO of the Kansas City Barbecue Society. Tim, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Glad to be here. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Well, and I didn't say that you're obviously also the head pitmaster of Shake and Bake Barbecue Team. Tim, you've been competing in barbecue and you've been a member of KCBS for well over 10 years at this point. Tell us a little bit about, this is KCBS's 35th anniversary. Tell us a little bit about what both KCBS and also just competing in competition barbecue. What does that mean to you, both personally, and how has it helped you in your barbecue business?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even have a barbecue business before we started competing. It was strictly just a hobby. And, we used it just for an escape from the real world. And, it became a once or twice a year, occasion to, up to 30 or 40 times a year. And we kind of fell in love with it. And it's been it's just been a blessing for us. And it's been a lifestyle for our family and just the amount of travel and cool people that we've met around the world. I mean, it's taken us literally from all over the country, but also to Australia and to Europe and all these places where we never would have even had a chance to go or even thought about going to. And with the kids growing up in it, they've met friends across the country as well. And it's just been a crazy part of our story, I guess, as we got started, in our barbecue journey. And it's led us to developing the Gateway Drum Smoker and eventually the purchase of the Blues Hog Company, which I met Bill Arnold at a barbecue contest. I mean, it's just been, it's hard to describe in a short time, probably, because we could go on and on about all the cool things that we've been able to accomplish, through KCBS and through barbecue. So, it's definitely been a blessing for us and, something we really enjoy and, the families enjoyed. And the girls are, kind of grown up with it. So it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? To see, old pictures and stuff, like where we came from and where they are now. It's just totally wild.
And also fun to see the girls, particularly cooking in Kids Queue, and they've had some success in that over the years too.
Yeah, I mean, they've been, they started doing that when they were probably 4 years old, and have won the American Royal, both, Tatum and Taylor. And, it's just kind of been, one of those things where they got to learn and compete and, watch their friends compete and win and just kind of celebrate that together. I mean, it's been totally cool. So, something we're really proud of, and they still talk about it and enjoy, get the trophies in their rooms and everything else. So it's been crazy. It's been fun.
Absolutely. Well, it's always so fun to see the Scheer family out there at all of the contests, because that they're going to be having fun, but B, they're going to be spreading the barbecue love. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's part of it, man. It's just, the nature of the barbecue world. I mean, it's, we've had other hobbies, we've done other things, obviously, and to be able to compete and, enjoy it even when you don't win and your friends win. I mean, it's just, it's a really cool environment that we've been, happy to be a part of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so this year we're working with Giant and the National BBQ Battle on their virtual experience. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're doing with Blues Hog and also with Chairman's Reserve that you help represent.
Yeah, it's been really cool. So, Tyson and Chairman's Reserve has been one of our, partners this year and last year, I guess, through the barbecue circuit, and we've been cooking their products and we actually competed out in the barbecue battle, I guess 2 years ago, last time.
2 years ago, yes.
Yeah, and had a lot of fun and actually met one of the guys from Giant and, started talking and it just worked out to be a great fit with Chairman's and Blues Hog. And so we're going to do some promotional things leading up to the battle. And, it involves Chairman's meat and Blues Hog rubs and sauces in stores. So there'll be some discount codes back and forth. And, it's just, Giant's been, it's been a great combo, really. I mean, three people that really want, to push, high quality products. And, I always say it all the time, start with better product and with better product. And
that's right.
You know what I mean? It's just with the Chairman's meat and the Blues Hog rubs and sauces and Giant's really picked up on that. They've, been a proud partner of ours all summer long.
That's fantastic. So the average backyard grilling enthusiast can go to the Giant location nearest them, pick up some Blues Hog, and get ready to cook at home. Tell us about some of when you're grilling or smoking at home for the family. What are maybe some of your favorite pork dishes that you might inspire some of the other enthusiasts with?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just it. It's kind of funny because the number one question, just back up to the Giant deal, number one question we get a lot of times is, where do you find your meat? You know what I mean? And that's, that always seems like a struggle for people. And, it can be very overwhelming sometimes when you go into the supermarket and they've got, a big case full of all kinds of stuff and you don't know what to pick. I mean, so the cool thing about this, combination here with Giant and Chairman's and Blues Hog is, they've got everything that we use at a contest right there on the shelf, ready to roll. So, that's the cool thing about that. So you could literally go in there and, everybody's favorite at home, or for us, is ribs. But, the funny thing is, I grew up on a pig farm in Missouri, and we cooked pork steaks all the time, right? I mean, it's pork steaks, it was pork burgers, but, so the pork steak for us was, a pork butt, sliced into steaks, basically. So, that's kind of our favorite at home, is just because it brings back a ton of memories, and we do it. The kids love it now too, and it's crazy. But obviously ribs are a hit. We do spare ribs, St. Louis spare ribs in competition. We've done a ton of baby backs over the years as well, so that's always fun. And it could be even as simple as pork chops and pork loins and pork tenderloin. I mean, it's hard to go wrong with any of that, really. When you're cooking in the backyard, and it's just fun to try different things. And tips for people at home is just not to be afraid of it. You know what I mean? What's the worst that can happen? And my family has eaten some not so good ribs over the year, and we still have fun doing it and making it. And at the end of the day, we had a fun time, and we go on to the next. So
now tell us about when you're using rubs, especially at home. I know how you prepare it for competition is a little bit different, but when you're at home, tell us about like what some of your favorite lineup, obviously Blues Hog, but what are some of your favorite rubs in the line, and how do you use them?
Yeah, I mean, so when we came out with our two new Blues Hog rubs, it was, literally our campaign slogan was "Move over salt and pepper. There's a new duo in town." And
I like
rubs, it's good because we designed these rubs to be so versatile and usable on everything. So we've got our sweet and savory, which is obviously made for pork and chicken, and it's got your your typical barbecue flavors that are going to be well balanced, and it's not going to be overwhelming in any direction. So it's a pretty safe bet, and it's exactly what we use in competitions. We're at a competition, we're cooking for 6 judges. We want them all to agree on what they like, and that's difficult to do. So we want something well balanced and full of flavor, and that's what the sweet and savory will do, and it's a perfect fit for your pork and your ribs and all that. We also have a bold and beefy rub, which we really just wanted to call it bold, but sweet and savory and bold and beefy went together, so we went with it. But we love to beef up our pork chops, that's for sure. It's the best rub you can put on a pork chop. So and you can use them together, a little bit of both. There's no problem with any of that. So really, we try to make it as simple as possible. So it's hard to go wrong with either one of those.
Nice. What about chicken? What are some of your favorite ways to do chicken at home on the grill or on your smoker?
Okay, well, not like I do it in a contest, because that's way too time consuming.
Way too complicated.
At home, I honestly like to do half chickens. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just it's easy. Cut it in half. We can lay them on the grill or hang them in the smoker. We do that a lot. Chicken legs are an easy thing to do, and obviously wings are probably the favorite. As we go around, they're quick and simple, and everybody loves it. We do like to make chicken breasts throughout the week and save them and use them, for different things throughout the week as well. So it's hard to go wrong with any of that, but wings are probably the easy favorite for sure in my house.
Nice. Well, now the gateway drums have taken off for sure in the competition circuit. Tell us about, if somebody's thinking about getting a gateway drum to use mostly at home, what would some of your advice be? And likewise, any of the tips on how to use them or some of the accessories you think work the best with them?
Yeah, so I mean, the same reason we use them at a contest is the reason we use them at home. It's easy, it's fast, it's very fuel efficient. And number one, the flavor is just hard to beat. You know, it's that old school barbecue flavor where you're cooking over the coals.
Right.
You know, it just doesn't get any more original than that. And that provides a, you know, a unique flavor and moisture back up in your meat. So, you know what I mean? It's hard to beat in the backyard. I mean, it's basically our go-to grill everywhere. So, you know, and they're very simple to use. I mean, we use natural lump charcoal, fill up your charcoal basket, light it from the top, and in 15, 20 minutes, you're ready to start cooking. So, you know, the temperature control on them is very easy. You know, when you first look at it, yes, we kind of broke the rules in barbecue about low and slow. We can cook hot and fast, as we call it, you know, which is great for at home because it saves you time. I mean, you know, the ribs that we used to do in 6 hours, you can now do them in 2.5 hours. So,
Right.
you know, so that's the cool thing about it. You don't have to spend all day, but yet you still can spend enough time to hang out with the family and, you know, maybe have a few beers and cook some really good food. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the same reason we like it in the contest. You know, it's quick, easy, and tastes better. So, you know,
Absolutely.
for home
And
as
where
well.
can people get them if they're if
Um,
they don't have a distributor near them?
Yeah, on our website, you know, gatewaydrumsmokers.com. We do a lot with Ace Hardware around the country too. So that's another good place to step in. So, you know, either one of those is great.
Fantastic. And likewise, obviously people can buy their Blues Hog rub and sauces at Giant. Can they get the charcoal there too? Or is that something
Yeah,
to look
actually,
for?
we're working on a deal with Giant to bring in some of our charcoal. So I would say that coming up very soon, you'll be able to find Blues Hog charcoal and Giant food as well.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great. Well, my last question is, well, actually, I have two more questions. So you mentioned you had cooked at the DC BBQ Battle on Pennsylvania Avenue right before COVID struck. Tell
Yeah.
us what that was like and maybe how it was different for you than some of the other competitions you've done all over the US and around the world.
Yeah, I just got chills at when you said it because I'm bringing back memories in my head about it. I mean, you're literally standing there, you know, in front of the Capitol and,
Mhm.
you know, and cooking barbecue. I mean, you know, it's what we love to do. And, you know, there's so many, I mean, it's pretty emotional, really. I mean, it's, you know, it's America, it's cooking
Yeah.
barbecue. I mean, we've got some really cool pictures where we're holding up some of our chicken and our brisket and stuff. And we're just right there with the, you know, right there in front of the Capitol. I mean, it's just
Yep.
totally crazy. Atmosphere is just out of this world. And then, you know, I mean, just the people were rolling through. I mean, we had so much fun up there. We didn't bring our trailer that time, so we just had an easy up tent. And so we were very accessible to everybody that walked by. And we just had just a heck of a time, just, you know, talking to everybody that walked by, and they were so excited about barbecue. And we literally made tons of friends that day that we still keep in touch with right now. I mean,
Yes.
it was crazy, you know what I mean? So, you know, we competed. I don't think we did the best we ever did, but you know, it was one of the most fun contests I've ever done. I mean, it was crazy how, you know, just really just the environment and, you know, we're walk from the hotel over to the contest and, you know, just the whole thing of being right there. It was definitely an experience like no other. I mean, I'd do it again in a heartbeat, you know, as soon as we can open it back up. I
Absolutely.
can't wait. So
I know, I can't wait. That's one of my favorite contests to go to as well. So I'm really looking forward to 2022 when we can all be
Yep.
back together with Capitol in the background and just the logistics of having to load in at night, you know, once they
yeah,
get all of Pennsylvania Avenue shut down, that's quite the deal.
funny deal for us. So we flew in and you know, I don't know if we had plane trouble or just terrible flight timing, but you know, like you said, you do have to check in like at 2 a.m. or something because
Mhm.
obviously that's when there's no traffic. That's, you know, things are shut down for a certain amount of time. So we literally picked up our stuff from a buddy that we borrowed it from out in, you know, about an hour from the airport and
Mhm.
drove back and checked in. And, you know, it was just, you know, we're setting up in the middle of the night and, you know, it's just everything about it was just, you know, it gives you jitters and it's just full of excitement the whole weekend long. It was crazy.
Yes, it definitely creates a level playing field for everybody.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was fun.
Okay, so my last question, for any of your followers or listeners that maybe love to grill or smoke at home and are thinking about dipping their toe in the water for competition barbecue, what advice would you give them?
Um, you know, I would say, you know, just don't overthink it and go get your feet wet. I mean, just dive in. That's what I did. You know, I mean, I said, heck with it. You know, what do we have to lose really? I mean,
Right.
you know, we go do it, we get the experience, and then you can start to, you know, figure out what to do from there, really is the way I looked at it. It was like, you know, why put so much pressure on myself when I really have no expectation going in, to do anything. So for me, it was just jump in, have fun, listen. Back then it was probably more secretive than it is now. So there's so many, great people that are willing to help you, you know what I mean, if you let them. So, listen to the people around you, ask for tips, don't be afraid to ask a question. And then, get involved online and start doing some research. And, there's a lot of information out there about how to win. I mean, competing at a contest is a little different than cooking at home, but at the same time, good food wins. So, that's about it, really. Like I said, I just wouldn't put too much pressure on yourself the first time, and just go enjoy the surroundings and the people, and get familiar with how it works. And then, if you catch the bug and you really want to compete and try to win some trophies, it's all about how much time you're going to spend on it at that point. So
that's right. Consistency, practice, all of those things.
Yep. And it's addicting. So, you know what I mean? If you get in there, it's fun to see results as well. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Tim Scheer, thank you so much for joining us. For everybody who's watching this video, make sure to head to your local Giant, pick up some Blues Hog products, some Chairman's Reserve meat, and just get out there and get grilling this summer.
Get cooking.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.